I've just realised something just now and it's going to make me cry, but happy. Oh my God, I didn't. Oh my God. Ooh. Oh, that sort of upset me in a good way then, but I'll tell you about that in a minute because I'm just getting all little messages today, and that one was like, oh my God. Oh, I'll tell you in a minute. No, that was just, I just saw something just before I came on. I was like, oh, oh. Well, you know, those messages you get. Just like I've sat here to have a different little scenery with my mum's mum and dad up there when they were younger. Yeah, I just thought I'd have a different bit going on there. Might be able to turn my thingy around this way a little bit, but I just wanted to come on and talk about the 11/11 thing, you know, that everyone's going about, the gateway, the portal, whatever you want to call it, bringing new energies in, getting rid of the old, I'd say, and putting my like little spin on it. Because something happened this morning. I'm on tonight at 9 anyway, doing what I was going to do yesterday, the spirit talk on different levels. But it interlinks with this anyway, because it's all energy. We are all energy. But this morning, this is just amazing what's just happened just before I came on with this here. Oh, oh. You know when I say seven follows me, just remember 7 and 17 and wait till I get to the end of this because I'm just like, anyway, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story this morning that I wrote in my little black book. And this is a book of, you know when I said get a journal? So if you're having dreams or you remember things or things are coming in or you think other thoughts are coming in or meditation, that's what I'm using this book for. A lot of you know that I do have lots of journals on different things. I'm like the nutty professor. But this is the one for me to keep track of things because I can look back and think, oh my God, that matched up like this thing that I've just found that was on here. Something to do with my nana, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But it's funny about the 11/11 because I'm going to show you a little, you can hear a little bit of a video from Prime Disclosure. And then the cards, I've got some cards up there that have been up there for a couple of days, which I'll show you in a minute, one of them, because it makes sense. I'm going to tell you the story, what happened this morning with this necklace, hiking, and just a few little bits that have happened today. And then later on tonight, I'll go into it a bit more in more depth. So we've got King, Jimmy, Mary, and Tapper. So if you feel like you're getting ignored in chat, it's just because I need to get this out so I won't really be looking. Hi, King. So, and a card I pulled today was the Divine Child because we are all divine and we are all the divine children. And we've got the whole blue butterfly thing going on here, which I really do sort of resonate with the blue butterfly. This electric blue is just bonkers. And it's going to make sense with some other people like Fifth World who's talking about Sirius. I think that's blue. Just a load of things that are going on. Like I always perceive Palladians as blue, but it's an electrical blue that I have a thing with, and something that came in a meditation yesterday that I've drawn and I will show you. But I'll go into the story of the meditations and my message for 11/11 and the divine child. I never can say this, half right. Anyway, we go into a shell sometimes, don't we? We go there to create, you know, meditate, create, hide. Not hide from the world though, it feels like that sometimes, but when we do come out, we come out with, like I say, I've got a thing about the butterfly thing because we've been in the chrysalis mode, which this is. Like when you go in your shell, when the butterfly goes, before it's a butterfly, it's a caterpillar, I've talked about this before, and it goes in its chrysalis, and it's dark in the chrysalis, and maybe it can feel scared because maybe it feels on its own, maybe it can't see the light, but when it starts working on itself from within, and it breaks out from within, which is what we're all doing, it emerges into beautiful butterfly. And there's many different butterflies, you know, many different beings, us, everything. And it's a bit like the frog at the bottom, the story, The Princess and the Frog, is it? Where she kisses a frog and he turns into a prince. So it's that thing of not always on the outside is what really is within the inside, and it's the inside we should be looking at. So yeah, there's that little story there that I see intuitively on that card. So that's that. So getting into the story of today is oh, so I'm gonna play you a little bit of Prime Disclosure's thing on 1111 because it's many mixed up from ideas he's got from, like, Magenta Pixie and a lot of people that you might listen to, you might not have heard of, you might have heard me shout out, but listen to a bit of it because I've talked about this unearthing the other day when I said I went for a walk and the roots are coming up through the concrete. Gaia's always from within, like I've just said on this picture, in a chrysalis. Hi Jennifer, in a chrysalis, you can't see what's going on inside that chrysalis with the caterpillar. You can't always see what's going on with Gaia. This is a tattoo I had ages ago of Gaia, my representation. We can't always see, but underneath in inner earth there's a lot's going on, and there can be destruction everywhere. And I think he said that in his video, but I said it a few weeks ago, if you remember. I said, I've said it months ago, I've noticed what we'd say weeds, but it's still green everywhere. They come up everywhere. Thank you, Tapper, Prime Disclosure in there. I think it was the latest one on 1111 energies. And no matter if there's destruction or something's happened, Gaia will always grow. You'll see her everywhere. I do. I remember me saying months ago, I was walking down the street and it just seems to be all weeds and flowers and things. I shouldn't really say weeds, it's still green, but she grows everywhere. So she's not dying off. She is coming back with the help of us and other beings, I would say. So anyway, I'll play a little bit of it, go and check it out yourself, and then I'll tell you what happened this morning and something that's just happened now. So because I've said before, the disclosure that's coming, thank you, and the chaos that's here and seems to be about, and I saw it today. It has to be, everything's being unearthed and shook up so new things can come in. You can't have new things coming in without breaking down systems and guards and old things that are in. So you might quite like what's been in, but I'm a bit bored of it. But we are being shaken away from that. And someone commented last night, and I will be bringing that comment up as in, it was a good comment of me to comment back in how I'm sort of seeing things with your daily routine. So hi Sue. So I'll just play a little bit of this. So there we go.
We tend to think that our spirit is in our body.
Hang on, it's not that one.
Time and space as you know it.
Okay.
Fly were named and shamed and put under suspect.
And what makes me laugh about this chat anyway is the spiritual being on the picture, the light being the angel, is this electric blue that I keep seeing. I get this in my mind's eye. It's this electrical blue, which is going to match up with something at the end of this to do with my nana, which is why I was imagining like Palladian light to be, if anyone's on the ball with that. And a picture that I drew last night, so that just made me laugh as well. But
programming is still intact today, and it is vital that we
see the programming. This is about us healing. So just listening to a bit of this. Oh, Miss Q, did you get your bag? Because I know Miss Chime got hers, and you got your bags. Did you get them? Yay! Dun, 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 dun. And you got your Q bag as well. Yay! I'm glad you like them as well. So I'll be showing you something else in a minute. So anyway, here we go. Just listen to a little bit of this. A minute.
all the wounds that our bodies hold from this to follow their intellect became deeper and deeper, infiltrated by lower sacred space is the fulfillment and glory.
This is like what we've been talking about for weeks, about letting go, bringing in new energies. The destruction of the controllers and all that is breaking down, because that's why there's chaos everywhere. So we're just going to listen to a little bit of it.
The 11th hour. It is no coincidence these sacred frequencies belong to the remembrance of what others have gone through to their selfless acts, to the end of war, to peace and love.
Hi, Fire Angel, morning, happy 11:11. Yeah, I did a meditation at 11 for all the people that didn't know in the wars, the man-made wars and those things, to push them to the light, to put light out, to put love out, to help that energy of trauma. I'm going to do one at 11 tonight as well. I've still got me, shine your light, shine it bright, and all that good stuff. But we're just going to listen to a bit of this, and I'm going to tell you what message I got today, literally in front of my face.
Of all now, the eternal portal you wish to be activated into is that of harmonizing with your light body. This requires the internal state of being in harmony for that actualization to take place within you. To harmonize
Thank
with
you,
your
Danny.
light body is to be in alignment with your eternal consciousness as light. Your light body is harmony, is light, and exists beyond time and space as you know it. The eternal glory of you as your light body exists now. It is this alignment and unification with the human aspect of you in form with your light body that you desire. 1111, enter sacred space, enter your heart, enter the eternal portal of your unification to the new earth, fifth dimensional being you so desire.
Sorry, that was just a pitch, and I said I was doing paintings ages ago. Little etheric little angel. Sorry.
To get from your head to your heart, create sacred space as the container of you through all of your experiences, through every breath consciously. Even the focus on this and repeatedly bringing yourself back to the awareness of this is the process of your ascension and complete unification through your heart. Be conscious, be selfless in that the human you that wants things to be a certain way for you releases its stronghold and attachments to control and power over the heart. No matter what one attains materially, it does not bring the fulfillment of the heart and life plan, soul, destiny, which is why you are here and will continue to be here till you complete your agreement. Ultimately, this is a surrender and allowing your true self to take over. Your true self is through your heart and eternal. So this 1111 experience is of that. For that is that eternally. It is you to you, the human you to the eternal you. The accessing of this is through your...
So he's saying like 11, the number 1 and 1 is you, and you, your spiritual being, like your higher self. So 11 to you. So that totally makes sense to me. You're letting, when you let go, you're letting new energies come in. You're letting, you're aware, and you're letting new consciousness comes in of things we thought never were there, I'm seeing it with my own eyes. We're seeing it on camera that I'm catching, and all good stuff like that.
Heart. The unification is the sacred marriage, is the sacred space, is the fulfillment and glory of your light body, your love, your divine ascended being all now. Hold this sacred space as the awareness that unifies you to you with your light body, you with your complete transformation, you with your eternal light and divine.
It's a transformation. Once you can start ridding yourself, 17 in the house, of your old energies, old traumas, you are becoming your true, authentic self. You are becoming your light body. You are transforming, like I said, a caterpillar to a butterfly. You've gone in that transformation stage of sitting in that chrysalis, maybe for a long time. Lots of us are going to be venturing out more next year, because you do want to close the world off, but you can't close the world off altogether, because some people think they just don't want to get back in it, but you do, because we reside on earth as well. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. A lot of beings wanted to come in to have this experience, and we're having it, but we're learning to play the game again, because like I said, we got sidetracked and stuff, but people use different words, and we're raising it, we're bringing it back in. I'm not getting stuck on words, because everyone does, because we didn't even have a language years ago. It was a knowing, it was like telepathy, I believe. But we're bringing it back in, and that's why things are changing. But with change, chaos comes, because people don't understand. With change, a bit of struggle does come. I'm still struggling with certain routines that I'm trying to bring in every day now, and I'm trying to go against what I was programmed to do, in the morning, say, for example. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Ridding myself of those programs I was taught that I should have been doing when sometimes I feel like not doing it and doing something else. So it is a struggle with ourselves, which I'll go into in a minute because I did write it down in my book and I'm going to show you. But I'll just listen to a little bit more of this and I'll tell you the story of meditation and what happened today in the street.
Presence through love. In love, we, the Divine Council of Overseers, initiate you now. From Laura Pleiadian, the new divinehumanity.com. And from Grace Solaris, it is time to return to the power, to the
Pineal
people,
gland.
to the one and the many and the many and the one. It is time for the 144,000 to rise. Enough is enough. It is time to declare this phase of thousands of years of patriarchal dominion canceled and nullified. No more allowing ourselves to be silenced or blinded. We are the full disclosure. We can no longer sit back and wait for something or someone to change. The change starts within you, within each one of us. It starts by taking back and reclaiming our sovereignty, our voice, and our original divine spark of light, divine blueprint. It starts and ends with each of us healing the battle within, between our divine feminine and masculine aspects, the rift between our heart and mind that was installed many of thousands of years ago in the era of the two high civilizations of Lemuria and Atlantis. As many of you know, these two civilizations degraded over a period of time from within the very core. Infiltrators polluted the hearts and minds of the priests, priestesses that held the vibratory ray to the highest truth and the purest essence alive within the purity of the.
And I see that. They said the priests and the priestesses, priests and priestesses, I can't say, like when we think of Atlantis, I've said this before, Egyptian times, bringing in the harmony, bringing in the good energy, but they brought it down. And then we started, our powers that we have that we're regaining again, once you start transforming, you start seeing these powers and energies coming in. Way back when we got a bit greedy and things fell. So when you say fallen angels or things, Atlantis fell, yeah, we did fall because we all got a bit, greedy, let's say, sort of thing.
Your hearts, the holy
Became
maxim
corrupted,
flame,
yeah.
the first light that has been burning since the beginning was becoming weaker and weaker.
We're
As the
remembering.
priesthood became deeper and deeper, infiltrated by lower vibrations, by a collective entity, a race of galactics that aimed at taking over the planet for the means of using it for their experiments and personal agendas. Their love for power was insatiable and ruthless till this day. They disrespected all cosmic laws and planted seeds of suspicion, mischief, distrust, and rivalry from within the priesthood to create division and uproar, which from there extended to encompass the whole nation, and slowly but steady a complete degradation of consciousness happened as the people got more and more disaligned from their heart and the divine principles.
This is what's happened.
As they started to follow their intellect and to follow the new way of thinking, which was based on full patriarchal dominion, where the intellect and the logic was honored as the highest principle, mostly out of fear. More and more people, even the highest initiates in the priesthood, got weak and submitted to the fear programming with silent acceptance, as everyone that didn't comply were named and shamed and
17
put
in the
under
house.
suspect. This programming is still intact today, and it is vital that we heal all the wounds that our bodies hold from this time that is still keeping us in fear of rising to our power, fear of raising our voices and speaking our truth. The infiltrations of the lower frequency, manipulate programming, has been going on much too long now.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, Miss Chime. This is why we've got to stand up in the light. I've had people telling me that, oh yeah, but you don't need to share it. You don't, yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, it does. Oh, we do need to share it. Light warriors stand up in the truth. They're not in fear of saying what they believe to be true. Truthers, whatever you want to call them. The ones who are putting the truth out, not the ones that are trying to pretend they're putting truth out and then swing it another way to put people off, because that's that happens a lot with it. People like Alex Jones and that, you know what I'm saying, unless they swing back, but just saying.
It is controlling our governments, the media, the film and music industry. It has infiltrated the pharma industry, even the educational system, and the mind of each of the 9 billion people on this planet. Apart from some of those millions of pioneers of light that are working diligently on clearing the old programming and upgrading their DNA, time now to make a total quantum shift and allow for full
Quantum,
disclosure. The only way this
quantum.
can happen is through reclaiming our power, our sovereignty,
Just saying.
divine intelligence, master blueprint. It implies a declutter and cleanse of our system, our DNA, and cells of all manipulative programming devices and an upgrade of our body.
Now, you can go and listen to that. That was, Tapper's put it in. That was Prime Disclosure today, 11:11 portal. The true blueprint. Now, that's really weird because when I meditate, that's the colour I get in my mind's eye is that blue, electrical blue, blueprint. And the weirdest thing is, like I said, my nana's, this was my nana's, and it's that electrical blue she loved, like, and it is that electrical blue. I need to put the light on a minute, hang on. And it is that electrical blue, see, just so you can see. That blue colour. Now, what happened this morning was, all it's about, and like, the pineal gland, when that starts to open, I saw electrical blue. So I sort of see that as the etherical realms, or whatever you call it. But me, myself, and I see the 11:11 as we've all been saying, it's getting rid of old programming, especially now because we're in November. We want to get it out. You don't want to go into the next cycle next year with all your old conditioning and old programming, because if you do, you're not going to get out of it. You're still going to be in that depressing, that anxiety, that, like I said before, you're thinking too much of the past. You're in depression. If you're thinking too much of the future, you've got anxiety. You're not supposed to be doing either, you're just supposed to be thinking about the now. So we're doing the now of healing. We can look at the past, but we've got to let go of it. Some people keep still saying, oh yeah, I'm doing it. It's hard. Someone even said yesterday, commented about, oh, I wish I could relax, but I've got OCD clean, and I went, that's like my mum. That's why I always have a bit of a ding dong with her, because I'm like, Mum, one day would you just like get it off your brain and just think you're going to go and do something else, because you're programmed to think you're doing that every day because you're so used to routine. And the person said, I see blue also, yeah, like an electric blue, bright fire blue, like lilac blue. And they said it's good to be in a sort of same routine because it's a bit meditative, but sometimes it's not, because how long have you been in that routine for? The dishes are always going to be there, but spiritual awareness, you might miss something. I'm even shaking up my routine, and it's really hard. Like, people who come on spiritual side say, oh, it's really easy. It's not easy, because we're dueling with ourself. We're dueling inside with both ourselves, the female and the male energy. We're dueling all the time, and it's hard when you've been in such a routine to get out of it, because you're so used to it. You're so programmed to that. Oh, this is what I do in the morning. I get up and have a coffee and blah, 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 blah. Well, could you get up and have a drink of water, and then maybe just meditate for 10 minutes? Not all this, I've got to sit for 5 hours malarkey. Maybe 10 minutes, and maybe that'll get longer. Maybe you do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes. That's a little thing like that. Even just having water in the morning instead of a coffee is going to change those sort of, what do you want to call it, timelines or whatever. Or it's going to start deprogramming your programming, because it's like, hey, oh my God, like, she doesn't normally have a glass of water in the morning. What's going on here? Yeah, I will tomorrow. And then they say, do it right now. Do something today, right now, that you wouldn't normally do. The electrical blue is the colour of the vibe of the spirit communication. Well, it's funny you just said that, because I was just listening to a bit of Psychic Bob, and someone said about blue, electrical blue, not dark blue. And they said, and I've wrote it down as well, so I'll show you. It's communication, which I am communicating with spirit, because we've all seen it. And I think that's when I'm writing down, when I write stuff down. So I'll show you, where is it? Communicating. I've put a lilac electric blue, and it says communication, communicating. Hi. And yeah, so we've got to let go, and it's not easy. There's loads of people fighting with themselves at the minute, but I've said don't dwell on the fighting like, oh my God, this is so hard. Just try and do little bits, but I'm probably going to come with something this week where I can show you something else if you need something more visual to do it. But let me tell you what happened today with letting go, and a little message I got out on the street today, which I was like, oh my God. Now, talking about routine. So I meditated this morning, mindfulness. Yeah, it's all awareness. Lady V had some symptoms. We all do. So I'll just get this out. So anyway, this morning I'm let's go back in the dark again. The dark's not always scary. Let's go back in the dark. Hi, Mark. You know, it's nice to be in the dark. No, it's not that dark. So I was meditating this morning, and I wrote it all down. I meditated last night. Meditated morning. Was this last night? No, this was this morning. So here's me meditating in the morning before, you know, things start the day. And this is what I got, 11:11. So I'm asking, I think I'm doing that sort of like automatic writing thing, if anyone's heard of it. And I've always done that. My morning meditation, I asked for a message. So the question was, what is the message? I didn't really particularly have a message. I just thought, what is the message for today? And the answer I got was forgiveness, forgive to let go. But that's also you forgiving you and you forgiving others, things you may have said that you don't know or done, and what others have done to you. And then I had a question about, I think I said about the orbs and the spirit realms, seeing the balls of light, and my answer was, if anyone gets this, I've wrote it all down, but I'm just going to have to try and read it out of how I sort of interpreted it, was, think of, when I see the orbs, yeah, they're, where's it gone? They're like this, aren't they? So, when I see the orbs, they're like this, aren't they? So, and this is my birthstone as well, which links up to psychic and, you know, healing and protection and stuff. But amethyst, right, it's not, and I see this colour as well. So orbs look like this, don't they? If anyone's seen them, they look like this, you know, the see-through. But anyway, they look like this. What does that remind you of? See if you can see where I was coming from. What does it remind you of? That inside us. Anyone guess? Oh, I'm upside down. See? Upside down world. No, that's what an orb looks like, but what does it remind you of that's inside your body? Starts with a C. Anybody? Well, yeah, chakras, yeah, and thank you. So, yeah, two there, chakras and cells. So the message I got today in meditation was, I'm just going to read it out, how I wrote it out, is think of it like different realms with different cells. So there's different realms, plant realms, you know, I'm talking about the spirit realms of plant, animal, us, ethereal realms, all that. Yeah. So it says you have cells in your universe. That means in your universe, in your inner self, you have cells in your inner body working with you, forgiving and letting go of old programming, etc., and speaking loving to yourselves, because that's what Dr. Emoto said about speaking on water, good vibrations, and when you drink that water, it goes into your cells. You must speak to yourself lovingly. That's why you must forgive yourself and others, because then it changes your molecular structure and all that, your DNA, and outside, because as within, so without. So that's why you've got to speak kind to yourself. And you've got to catch them thoughts when they come in of what you're thinking. Think, no, I'm not listening to you. I am beautiful. I am a creator. I am worthy. Don't let any shit words come in. No, just poo-hoo them. You can see them. Let them go. So it says, speak lovingly to yourselves speak lovingly to yourselves. You can't see them, but you know they are there and they will help you to heal. It's the same thing. But once you start doing that, you start to see, because I'm seeing. So if you think about it, they're like, if Gaia, Mother Earth, is a celestial body, which I believe she's anyway, she's a sort of body. She has all the cells. We're like her cells as well, because we live on her as well. And there's many entities, energies, whatever you call it, you know, that live on her and help. But her cells, we're like gardeners. We look after Gaia, she looks after us, if anyone gets what I'm saying. It says all the energy forms are like cells helping recharge, regenerate. That's why I say things have gone on in the world in areas when you look at, on the news, and they'll go, oh, this has been blown up and that. But then life starts to grow there again. Even weeds are life. It's green. It's from mother. Recharge, regenerate. The many layers of Gaia. Can't always see them, but they are there. Busy working away. But we know we are starting to see, because because we're starting to see, because today help is needed from both and all realms. So it's the realms we don't see that are coming in, because this is what I believe this is one of the big awakening things as well. Those realms are showing themselves, because if Mother Earth was destroyed, which she isn't, they've tried poisoning her, because if it poisons or her, it poisons us, and it poisons every other dimensional being, whatever, because we're all connected to one, we're all connected to Gaia, and source. So we're all helping each other now. And I know this in my experience to be true, because I am seeing them. I caught a spirit orb in the forest yesterday, a green one, the one that shot down really quick, and I managed to take a picture, only a tiny video. So we're all helping each other. But when you become aware, instead of being unaware, because you're so programmed and you don't believe things, because you don't take, I don't mean you in chat, other people who are naysayers, don't take the time out, because it's still rather watch the TV of Coronation Street, whatever they're doing, drinking, whatever they're doing, and won't take time out to do the work within themselves, so they can see, and so they can have these beautiful experiences. And the more we're in awe of the beauty that is there, that's always been there, by the way, it's just we got distracted. When you're in like, oh my God, wow, like when you hear me sometimes go, oh hi, oh, in the joy of it, they get more recharged off that, because it's an energy, and they're like, oh, they like it, they're liking it, they pump more light out, and we pump more light out. So to me, it's both sides of, us and beyond the veil, that a lot of us are beginning to see. Some people already knew this, but it's not. I've said before, it's not a race. It's just to see that we are awakening, and it's getting stronger and stronger. That we need both of these realms to bring Gaia back from her full potential, because she has gone into a chrysalis mode, and she's about to just blow up into a star, and we are too, because we are stars, and we are shining our light, and they can't suppress it. This is why on the 3D side, like when I've talked about Q and that, I said don't go on about that much now, because I see another path that I'm about to go on in the new year, but it's still part of that, because we're still going to be part of 3D. But that, all that is in the news and everything, is everything up-earthing. I've said it a million times, the chaos, everything up-earthing, because it has to be broken down. So there's going to be chaos, because there's a lot of people still in the bubble, and it's going to be popped, but at their own time. There's just a lot of us that will be on the other side saying, hey, it's okay, it's just change. You've been stuck in your ways too long. People know damn well there's a change coming, and they need the change because of what's going on in 3D. So, but they're still trying to resist it. So that was the message that I got. The message that I actually got in 3D today was, check this out. But I'll just show you my little drawings from my meditation. First it was this, it's always a woman, and she's got these blue, sort of lilac-y blue flames around her, because the blue I see is very electrical blue, and it has lilac in it, and it also has white in it. It's very bright white, light, electrical bluey, lilac-y colour. And then I asked for a spirit. I was doing someone's meditation last night, and I asked for someone's. Asked for a spirit sort of guide from a selection, and I have had this because I've talked about it before. I had the phoenix, I bought a blue phoenix, and this is what it sort of looked like. So it had a long face. It probably looks a bit evil, but it wasn't. It was really lovely. But it wasn't really a shape. It looked like a flame, obviously, but it was changing and morphing. But the face, I couldn't do it. I'm gonna have to paint them in. Were white eyes, not scary. They were just full of white, lighty, but full of love. But it was all, and I was like, oh yes, because we are coming from the ashes. Things need to be burnt down. Fire is clearing, cleansing, and then we rise again. Because even when forests get burnt down, and we know some of the stuff going on, life will be rebirthed there. It will be rebirthed there. Because like I said, Gaia will always come up from beneath. What's going on in the inner body, we can't always see. We're starting to see things now because people are either hearing things, seeing things, the clairs are coming in, psychically and all that, because we're tuning in to our light bodies that we've been apart from a very long time, and it's been knocking us on the head for a bit. Like we say, people say when they see the number 1111, it's you, it's your spirit, your higher self knocking on you saying, hey, it's wake up time, hello. And then we've got 17 and 7 in right now that I can see on mine. It's just gone to 18, which you're going to laugh in a minute when I show you what fell off the shelf just before. The evil has been here for far too, and it's time for a change now, because it's had its time, and now it's our time. Now it's time for the golden era. That some people fear because they're listening to other things and channels, and maybe churches and stuff that are saying this is evil, and even Fifth World out there, the lovely Fifth World, who's had a lot of scrutiny, this, that and the other, going on about what she sees. Now, I'm going to be talking about this tonight, about I see different spirit realms. Now, the lovely Fifth World sees a lot in the sky because she's looking at the etheric realm. There's plant realms, the elementals, forest, in nature spirits. There's so many. It depends what you're tuned into. So people knock people like fifth, even me going about, so all people of what they see, or they think they're hearing something. She thinks she's seeing something in the sky. Oh, she's off with fairies now. Yeah, well, if you tune in, you might come in tune with these energies. If you seek, you shall see. That's what I sort of think. Anyway, so going on from that, I wrote something else out, because when I'm on one, I'm on one when it starts writing. So I'll read this bit out and then I'll tell you what happened in the 3D. So this was from a meditation. This is what came out. So see what you think about this. Well, I'll tell you about what happened with this before, and that is a fairy. To bring in a new way, a new world, new ideas and solutions, not the new world order, a new way, a new earth. Now, if anyone remembers the thing I had a year ago or so with my mother, when I went down a tunnel of light, never done it before, concentrating on my breathing when I went to sleep, and my mum felt the energy in the room. I looked back and there was a sphere that was meant to be Earth. Yes, it was a sphere of light. And it was white, bright white light. And I just remember thinking, oh, I think I need to be there. And the thing was, you're going there to help heal. And I'm not making it up. That's what I said ages ago. You're going there to help heal. And I thought, at the time, I thought, heal what? Now I'm like, oh, okay. So this says new solutions. How we can help all of us being all dimensions to a higher consciousness, which is awareness of what we do and what we say and what we focus on, are all in alignment. If you're saying you're doing the work, but you're actually not, you're not in alignment, because you're saying it, but you're not really doing it. You've got to do it. So don't be like, I'm doing it tomorrow, do something today, and then start bringing it in slowly. You don't have to think, oh my God, I've got to change everything today, because this is the whole thing with the 3DQ thing. They can't drop it like a bombshell. It's going to seem like it to some people. Hi, Jane. They've had to drop it slowly, drippy, because you're not going to be able to cope with it that fast. It's got to be slowly. And that's why I'm saying to people, don't think you have to go, oh my God, I've got to do something now today. I've got to change the whole of my routine in the day, or something in my day, whatever. Just little things. Like, do you normally go out for a walk in nature? No. Why? Because you haven't got time. Why? Because you're sitting watching TV. Get off your ass, switch the telly off, and go for a little walk and make sure you're near some trees or something. Little changes. I'm just saying. Hi, Kath. So I'll just read this out. are in alignment, as when we are in alignment with no resist, because you're resisting, if you're having that thought in your head that's going, yeah, you don't want to, yeah, you'll do that tomorrow. It's that little nagging little, the devil and the angel on your shoulder. Just flick that off and think, no, today I'm not gonna do what I normally do, like wash the pots. I'm gonna go and do something else. I'm gonna do that after. They'll always be there. So anyway, if you get what I'm saying, so it's easier to let things go. Even just getting a book to write what you're experiencing down is something different. And if you can do, this is what I do in the morning, get a candle on, bit of meditating I'm doing now, and I just write in my book. I've always sort of done that, but not every day. Now I'm bringing it in every day. So alignment with no resistance. It's easy to let things go and just flow. And to bring in a new world, things have to change and are changing. Gotta believe it, folks. Things that seem cruel or hard or unfair at one time start to rebirth again with life. Example, this is what I wrote down after my meditation. This is how I do it. When I walk about, and I've said this before, there's a lot of concrete about this is what I was saying before. I've noticed a lot of concrete and a lot of it's breaking up and there's weeds and everything coming through it. And you think, how are they all coming through that? Like, tree roots are very strong anyway. But I said this months ago. I was looking at everyone's houses everywhere in the street. There's just green coming up outside of people's houses, walls. And I'm like, but no one's like tending to it. But I just found it weird. Like, Mother Earth is still here. She's still alive. She's not dying. We've not poisoned her off. It's about transmuting and transmitting. She can transmute some of the shitty chemicals and transmute. But when we're aware of what we're doing with the chemicals we clean our house with, this, that, and the other, if we become aware of that, maybe use them less, or maybe make some natural stuff that you can clean with. Be more of aware. Like next year, I'm thinking, yeah, I've got to get my garden sorted out more. I've got to bring more flowers in. I mean, yeah, I can grow my own veg and that, which is good. And I want to do bits of that. I did a little bit of it the other year, but I want to bring more flowers in. Yeah, apple cider vinegar, exactly. I've got that in my house. I use it on my hair and everything. A weed breaking through concrete is beautiful. It is, because you think of a weed as being a bit weedy. Like, they think we're a bit weedy, don't they? They thought they suppressed us all, didn't they? But we were sort of like shapeshifters. I think that's what it said on Prime Disclosure. Somebody said it in a video and I thought, that's ace. We're the shapeshifters. We're the ones that look like we were following in line. But hey, we broke out and now we're singing it. Now we're shining our light in truth. And we ain't shutting up because we're not in fear. You can't be, because that's how they got us in the first place. They got everyone to shut up. That's why they're putting hate speech out there. You can't say anything against anything. Oh yeah, we can, and we will, and we are. So so that was that. So blah 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 blah. Coming through the cracks. She, Gaia, still grows from underneath. Can't always see the work that she and her energy helpers are doing, but you can see it on the surface breaking through. It is breaking through. The dark, the crappy lies and everything's breaking through. People are going to see it, but it will bring change. As in 3D, there is things breaking through in people, news, etc. that is going to seem mad, crazy, scary, traumatic, but this has to be unearthed to be rebirthed. We want a rebirth of new earth, then we have to have a bit of unearthing, and you have to see the shit. Do you know what I mean? You have to see the dark to see the light, to know what you want and you don't want. Some people are fast asleep. We are all the cells of her divine body in all dimensions, with many gifts that help her and others with internally help us. So by working together hand in hand with no fear, just love, God, this went on and on, it is changing our world for us all in all dimensions. As these other cells being helped to become, as these other cells being as these other cells are being helped too, because this earth belongs to us all, as we are all part of the one, and we create it all working together, all cells working in earthly, all cells working on the earthly living body. So forgive, the message was, so forgive, release non-serving energies, Put good intentions out. Speak it, ask, act it, believe and feel, and live it, receive, with no fear, by the way, by remembering, by being aware. It's here. I just put it's here. So I'm going to do a next chat on how we can let go. If you need a bit of more visual thing that I've done in the past, I'm going to bring that in this week sometime. So your heart and your breath is very important when you're meditating. So go into your heart and watch your breath, listen to your breath, because your heart is your true self. I think prime disclosure, someone was saying this and I thought, yeah, I'll write that down. Breath is awareness, obviously. It's your sacred space is you to you. When you're in that sacred space, it's you to your higher self, your light body, your ethereal body. There's many different names, labels. That's why people get triggered. Awareness of you to you, light body, divine blueprint, which makes me laugh because that colour I always see is a divine blue. It's electrical blue. It's beautiful. Feminine and the masculine aspect. And this is what I've put. We've all been battling within ourselves, the feminine and the masculine aspects. We've got to we got too disaligned. Now all this time now is about healing, a lot of healing, by realigning in raising voices and speaking truth. I think that's what prime disclosure says, because we're transmitting. So it is alchemy, I've said before, transmuting and transmitting. We can transmute the negative energy and we can transmit it back out as good kick-ass energy. I've always said this, you must look for the silver line, and I've told people this before, because you mustn't let it get you down. It's fighting. Right, the story that happened today before I go in the real, in the 3D world, I'll just let you know what happened there. And just for anyone who's new, I know I show this, but most of you have seen this a million times and know that I did it way before the orb started coming in, but that's a painting I painted ages ago, and it's got the rose, the flower of life, whatever. We've got, I didn't realise this was hair, crown chakra. It's that electric blue again. So, yeah. And I'll show you something that happened just before you all came on as well. So, I had all that meditation. Dolly, it's amping. It's amping. I had a meditation, all that this morning. Anyway, started taking little legs to nursery. And what happened now? Just wrote it down to remember. Yeah, so I decided to walk round a different way than I normally walk home because I had to go to the post office. So I walked round and all of a sudden I heard all this shouting and screaming. This is at 9 o'clock in the morning and I'm thinking, what's going on over there? I could see some people. I thought, oh, it's school kids, but why they're not in school fighting, right? And they were fighting and somebody was kicking somebody on the floor. Yeah, somebody was kicking a girl on the floor. And I'm like, right down the road, there was people like, what? You know, like on the way to work, like, eh? And when I looked, by the time I got up there, they dispersed, but it was girls. It was girls having a fight with a girl, two girls on one girl or something, and someone shouting one on one, oh, you're not as hard as you think you are, you're not as hard as you think you are you? And this girl got up off the floor, they were kicking her, her hair was everywhere, and she walked off a bit like, and everyone else was just like, you know, because no one likes to get involved these days, do they? Because you just don't know what's going on, but she walked off and these other girls walked off, and may I add, they weren't kids, they were younger adults, and one had a kid with him, a little girl in a buggy, and I thought, that's an ace way to show your daughter. What are you showing your daughter? That if you have a little argument with someone, a bit of a spat, which was probably over a guy or something stupid, that you go fighting in the streets, brawling on the floor, kicking someone in the stomach. Do you know what I mean? And this is the problem with people getting triggered. We get triggered with our mouth sometimes, but when you start acting on it, just because someone, I could just imagine, you know, what's gone on there about a guy or something pathetic, and they build up more anger in themselves. And next time they see each other, she'll be more angry again, and there'll be a big kerfuffle again, most likely. Who wants to see that in the street? But that was that thing. Those situations my mother taught me, like, yeah. No, I don't mean, yeah, we'll jump in, but I don't mean that. It was more of a message of, I saw it as in, when I saw that situation this morning, I walked to the post office, yeah. I came out, anything missing? I had my blue crystal on here. It fell off. This fell off my chain and landed in a puddle because it was chucking it down and hailstoning as well. And I heard the clink on the floor, thank God. And I thought, what's that? Have I just dropped my keys? And when I turned around, that was in the water. And I went, because I do love my fairy pendant. And I turned around and I thought, oh my God, this kyanite, I think, if it fell off near where they were fighting, I don't know. But what the message I was getting off it was is those girls need to let go of whatever it is that they've been arguing about. I had to let go that the fact that I've lost my crystal. I kept this one. Funny enough, I'm talking about elementals later, but I lost my crystal and I was like, oh, I love that crystal. And it was blue. But then I thought, what can you do? You just have to let go. Someone else will find it. Someone else can enjoy it. Someone else, hopefully it'll bring them a good vibe. Someone else now has that crystal. You know what they say about crystals anyway. You should give some away and sometimes you do lose them, but they're meant to be with someone else at another time. So, to me, it's not that whole thing about jumping in, because people don't say anything these days because you just don't know. It was that whole thing of these young girls, mothers, whatever they were, this is where people will start realising, what are you doing? What message are you putting out to the people that are watching? Some people might love it and think it's fun because some people's brains work that way. They're not wired right because they're too into the TV and the news and all that. What are you showing your little daughter that was with you? That's the right way to react when you're having a little bit of a dispute with someone because you're not into what they are into or whatever. Or if it was something because someone's called somebody, well, whatever, but you don't have to act like that and be violent, as in the action of it. Sometimes we get a bit angry with our words, we all do, but it's that thing of you're triggered by it and you should just let it go because it's not what you are, and if it's a certain situation because someone's done something or someone's gone off with your boyfriend or something like that, well, just let it go and don't let it affect you. You're letting somebody by their words and what they're doing affect you. It took a stronger person to walk off, and I've seen that on the internet lately as well, this young lad. I've got to let go and stop arguing over silly, petty, effing things that had nothing to do with actually what's going on right now. There's more important things than arguing in the street over, I bet it was something petty, keep your eyes off my fella, or I saw you say this on Facebook and she said that. Do you know what I mean? Because that's all that side of the world is about. But seeing that and then having my crystal fall off straight after, and this just fell off, was like the release. And don't forget, I had my crystal on the same chain. Remember what I said ages ago about releasing your baggage? It was too heavy to have both of them on. The way I put it on near the clasp. So you have to release to let go because your baggage is too heavy and it is weighing you down. So my little necklace was getting weighed down and it was one or the other, and it's the fairy that I kept and I've released the stone, but someone else can have that now. I've got to let go of the fact that I've lost it. If anyone gets the message in what I'm saying. No, violence isn't the way, but there's a lot of people out there that, because they get so triggered with that feeling, and that's why that side in 3D put news out, put the music out that affects us, because they want us to react in an action from the feeling. Well, now you've just got to think is that, oh, well, that's not really me. That doesn't define who I am. So I'm letting it go. And more people like that think, oh my God, they're not reacting. That's why bullies do what they do, because they want someone to react so they can keep going on in that, because they're energy sucking vampires. Vampires, yes, are real in that sense of the energy sucking. They come in, I've had it on my channel with certain people that are still doing it to other people. They go in, they'll pick anything up, saying, oh, she's illiterate, she's this, that, and the other. They just do it because they want someone to go back. As soon as you don't do it, they get bored because they're not getting that energy, because of energy sucking, because they haven't got their own energy. They have to get it from other places. And you can see that going on. So don't give people your energy. when you react like that, especially like that, I know we can all get a bit triggered in words, but especially like that is massive. It's took you a lot of energy to fight back like that. I mean, wow. Save that in case you really, really needed it. But like that was just ridiculous. Yeah, I doubt even Miss Q that them ladies, I'm telling you now, would not have listened to nothing. They're the sort of people, girls that are very, very programmed in. They'd just probably lash out to you. Do you know what I mean? Then there's people who who are releasing. There's people who do that, but there's some people who are just totally like they love the feeling of that I'm top dog. I got the better of you because she shouted out to the girl something on the lines of, "You're not that hard now, are you? You're not that hard." But the fact that "you're not that hard now, are you?" made me laugh because the girl who was getting assaulted, not that I'm laughing at that, she was on her own. This other girl was with like four other women, I think. So you're probably not that hard when you're on your own. It wasn't two of them, and no one else. And this girl might be different when she's with her other mates. It's just going to escalate again. But why could them two not sit down somewhere? Just them two, not the friends getting involved, because that's when things start. But you know what I mean? I was just like, oh, but the whole message was to me today with the whole 11/11 today was they need to release and let go, or you can carry things on. They're going to carry in that to next year every time they see each other in the street. They're going to be like, and all that. It's like, and that little girl that saw there were kids there. Do you know what I mean? It's not the way to behave rolling around in the streets, and kicking but some people love that energy because they're very low vibing people. And those sort of people aren't happy, and you're not happy in your life when you're going on at someone like that and when you're trying to bring someone else's energy down, because I've had it, even if you think you're not happy with something in your life. There's some niggling thing you might not know that's going on with you that you feel the need to go and like keep going on at someone and keep trying to suck their energy because you have no energy of your own to build yourself up, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah. So, I don't know if anyone's got anything I was saying. We can use psychic energy on those situations. Yeah, we can. But that's where they say we need to be the light. Like when we're doing certain things, when we're out and about around people in situations or on YouTube or platforms or whatever, because your platform is your daily life as well. You don't have to be on YouTube. You can do it anywhere, at work, when you're out and all that, and be the light, and for people to go, do you know what, I really like that person's vibe, I want to be a bit more like that. That's why I don't really drink now. I used to when I was younger, and there's a reason why they call drink spirits, because spirits can get attached to you. Some people might think that's weird, but it is true. Like when I was younger and I used to get really drunk, my sister used to say, you look like a demon. Something took over, your eyes were not you. You would just be so like, and it's true. And that's why I don't need a drink to have a good time. I'm not knocking people who have a drink, but I'm talking about obsessive drinking as well. There's a reason why spirits are called spirits, the drinks, as in spirits, alcohol, because it lowers your vibration. And when you're in a lower vibration, that's how lower entities and energies, whatever you want to call them, people call them demons, whatever, those energies can attach to you, because they do attach to you. That's why I've got to be very careful with your energies, your frequencies, and how, like I say, if you're feeling a bit khaki, try and do something that will build you up. Go out in nature and fill yourself. You're a vessel, fill yourself with something of a higher frequency, because if you don't, lower energies, I call them, are going to attach to you. You ever had a day where nothing's going right, and because nothing started off right in the morning, you'll end up whacking your elbow on a door, and then you're like, oh, for God's sake, why? You might curse. The next minute, you might do something else. Then you might dribble your drink down you or something, and all these even little things you think, oh, for God's sake, because you're getting in that energy, and then you're not aware of what you're doing, and then you end up stumping your toe, and then it goes on and on like that, and then the next day maybe you're a bit more aware. So that's why I'm saying, if you try to change your routine of maybe meditating in the morning, getting up a bit earlier, what's 15 minutes in your day, go to bed a bit earlier, and so you're aware, and bring those intentions of how you want your day to go, and you will feel a bit more at peace and calmer. Never drunk over 20 years. Yeah, and then most people don't like hangovers anymore. They have our mind on a very low vibrational level by TV. Yeah, they do, James. We act like the savage animals. Yeah, they do, and that's why I've said people who sit there watching TV and the not the natural stars, the stars on TV. That's what happens, but there is a change coming. There is, you can feel it, and we're beginning to break the chains, and a lot of people are starting to get on the little paths of, let's say the hero's journey, more and more. But yeah, it's true, and that's what I've shouted out all the time. That's what Q on the 3D side is doing, shouting out about the TV, the news, keeps you in a low vibrating energy, because that's all you see on the news when people go, oh God, it's always doom and gloom, there's nothing good. Now and again, they'll put a tiny little thing out, but they're keeping the vibration, not just of us, of Earth and all the other dimensions down, because it affects them all. So we've got to raise ours and be the beacon in the dark, candle, the light, the whatever, the little light warriors. There's other people doing other things, and then there's others standing up and shouting it out. So also, as I was just coming on, I think that's all I wanted to say. Oh yeah, meditating this morning. So I think the Phoenix was from last night, and then I did a meditation this morning, and I asked for a being to come in, and all I got again was the blue light, but it was wavering, and it was like wavering like this, like water, as if it was swashing round Earth, cleansing it. And it wasn't like, it was like caressing it, but cleansing it, cleaning it, as if it was cleaning all the what did I write down, all the old stale energies, like it was washing it, cleansing. And I'm getting that Palladian energy. I see it as blue, I don't know why, I just do. And it is on the Q map, Palladian guidance, so I'm just saying. And it's about embracing change and changing up routines. So can you change something in your day or evening routine that'll just snap a little wire inside a programming and think, hey, oh, what's this one doing here? She's starting to, detach herself from the programming. Don't just think because you've done it for all time and your parents that it's programming. That's why I have so many little spats with your mother, because she's like, we'll do this because in your nana's day. And I'm like, no. I'm talking about my nana, who I was very close to. Just before I came on, this, when you have a funeral, I kept it, it's on the side of my nana, is up there, and that's my nana. My mum's mum and dad in the corner there, my nana and my granddad when they were younger. And yeah, we did telepathic high poetry, yeah. And this fell off, and I thought, oh my God, like, we're going on about spheres and orbs and the magic circles, because the circle is magic. And one of the things I see is my nana in the garden, because she loved gardening, nature. She's in a circle, and it's a bit sort of turquoisey blue, the blue, electric blue. That's what I sort of, my nana is about. And then I looked at the date, because I totally forgot when she passed away, on the day of the funeral, and I'm like, so when I've said something's been following me around because of the number 17 and 7, and there was 17 and 7 in the house before. The 7th, 2017. Boom. And Q came in at the end of that year. Oh yeah, it might have been Dave, yeah. Because she loved the gardening, but the whole 7 and 2017. So, yep. So I know, yeah, I always knew she was about anyway, speaking to me, but I know there's definitely spirit about, and it never tell off, it got pushed off. I don't know what it did, I don't know if, no, yeah, it probably did. So that was the story today. I'm going to be coming with more of these. Like I said, probably be coming twice a week in the end because I've got other things I need to be doing, you know, and then I'll have more to say. But I am going to be doing something where I'm sharing my meditations, my artwork that match up with my meditation, bringing different things in. The other thing I just wanted to bring in before I do a couple of cards and then I'm going to go is, I'm going to have to try and sing it again. I've brought this up before, but I sent it to someone today because it's one of them things, I can't even sing it without getting like, oh God, because it's just amazing, the words. I'm going to try and say it, but I'll probably break into song because you know I will do. But this is, you know, and I'll be doing this in, you know, I normally do anyway, bring songs up that, let me find, I don't even know I'm putting that in because I don't need to. Right, you ready? I've thrown this out on the community page, but it's the words, it's the words. Some people say, yeah, but it's Disney, yeah, but it's this, it doesn't matter. They know anyway. People need to stop getting triggered. So, I'm gone. Oh, Higher Realms, Holistics, I'll be watching that after. So, I've sang this before, but what I want you to do is, here's an experiment for you right now for releasing, is you're going to get this song, and when it's someone's not in the house, if you feel a bit dicky, or you could do it on your earphones and mime it, is you need to go somewhere. I sang it before, next door probably like, oh God, what's she doing? You're going to sing it out loud if you can. If not, put your earphones on and mime it, like you're singing it, and blast it out. And when you're doing it, think of the things that you're letting go of and let them go. So you know what song it's going to be, don't you? Are you ready? Frozen. Are you ready? Just get the lyrics up and yeah. So listen to the words though. The snow glows white on a mountain tonight, not a footprint in sight. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen now. I'm gonna go through this isolation. Whoa, some of us have felt like we've been in isolation, but we're ready to shout it out from the rooftops, aren't we? So I'll sing the chorus. Oh, by the way, and the video is the blue sky, the electric blue. She's looking up to the sun or whatever it is, you know, do you know what I'm saying? So the wind is howling like the whirling storm inside. We've all had a storm going on within us, and that's what we've been fighting against ourselves. Couldn't keep it in. Heaven knows I've tried. Well, I've tried, but I can't keep it in. That's why I open my mouth. I don't care if I sound daft. It's what you have to do. See, some people have been singing this when the film came out, loving it, but they didn't actually know what it meant. Don't let them in. Oh, don't let them in. Don't let them see. Be the good girl that you've always had to be. That was before when we were programmed. Be the good girl that you have to be. But she rebelled, didn't she? You know, all this programming, you got to do this and you've got to do that because this is the tradition, this is the way. Can't see chat at the minute, sorry. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. See, conceal. Oh, don't you feel? I've been told that before. Oh, you've got too many feelings. Don't feel, don't let them know. Pfft, what? Well, now they know that we concealed ourselves, but now we're all coming out with all our little, you know, magical stuff. Well, now they know, let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Not even got the tune. Let it go, turn away and slam the door. I haven't got the tune, mate. Slam the door to people. Slam the door to the old way. Slam the door to people that, you know, are giving you bad vibrations. Just let it go. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Let the storm rage on, because it is raging on. We've got to let it rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. Dun, 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 dun. Bye, Mark. Let's read the next bit. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem so small. It does when you rise above it all, doesn't it? And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all, because when you go within and you see what's going on, those fears can't get to you anymore, because you can see that those they were all put there to keep you controlled. Making a cup of tea. It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. It is time for you to see what you can do. Things that you can see, things that you can do. We all have powers inside us, you know, release. And when you release the other stale energies, you'll bring in new. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, let it go. I am one with the wind and sky. I am one with the wind and sky. Let it go, let it go. The elements. Let it go, let it go. You'll never see me cry. Hi, Rachel. Here I stand and here I'll stay. Let the storm rage on. 'Cause the cold never bothered me anyway. Let the storm rage on. Because there's a storm raging in a lot of people at the minute, like what I said before. And a lot of rage going to be coming out as well. My power flurries through the air into the ground. Pardon? My power flurries from the air into the ground. As above, so below. Energies above, energies below. Harness them all. Hi, National. My soul is spiralling in frozen fractals all around. Well, no shit, Sherlock. And one thought crystallizes like an icy blast. One thought crystallizes what you focus on. I'm never going back. The past is in the past. I'll say that again. The past is in the past. Let it go. Let it go, and I'll rise like the break of dawn, like the phoenix, you know, that I got in before. Let it go, that perfect girl is gone. You're not telling me what to do. Here I stand in the light of day. Here I stand in the light of day. Let the storm rage on. Cold never bothered me anyway. Dun, 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 dun. And it's gone off. So what I would say is, if you're cleaning or something like that, and if you've got your earphones on, slap that on, listen to the words, and I just get dead like, think of all that you're letting go and just let go of it and sing it out loud, and you'll feel so much better. Can guarantee you'll feel so much better. And then you can laugh and think of me doing it, because that's what I did this morning. I've probably got my son going, oh, for God's sake. Probably got next door like, well, who cares? Yes, it's an instructional soul defrost manual. Exactly. There was a lot of people that watch that film and obviously love it. And we know there's programming and everything and all that. And then people go, oh, well, I'm not watching it. Because it's like, yeah, but actually listen to it, because they do put the truth out there anyway. And then you got people singing it from when it first came out, but not actually knowing what it meant. Just like, oh, yeah, but are you letting go? And are you letting go of the past? That is the question. Are you doing talking the talk and walking the walk? That's the thing. So I'm going to pull some cards out and then I'm going to go, because I am making some meditating mats. It's going to be a big one. This is my meditating mat. I'm going to be making some others in case people might want to purchase. I'm going to be making some man ones as well. That might be a little bit darker, not so, like girly. Vacuum cleaner code. Yeah, or a hairbrush. So I'll be showing you them when I've done them. But yeah, so we'll pick a card out. Oh, and I was talking to the lovely Memory Bubble last night. We had a chat on Skype about orbs and stuff, and I'm going to be coming with a story time of my own again, of my awakening and how I shift, and I've shifted again, and the new year is going to be shifting with this channel yet again. I'll talk about that. I don't know, but I will be coming on tonight at 9 about the different spiritual realms that I perceive there to be. So I'm just going to do The Universe Has Your Back. Oh! Right. I was going to do like one off each deck and normally do 3 and 3, decided to fall out. So, oh, that is a tea light, Himalayan salt. Oh, by the way, the card that was out over there, I was meant to show you this. I got this the other day, and it's the 10 of Mirrors, and it's that blue light again, and a bird. You know what I'm saying about the phoenix? And it's a 10 of Mirrors. I see this as all our reflections and all our past things that we're beginning to face our fears, face our past things, and we're letting them go. So we can start cutting these cords. Like, it's like the birds grabbed them as if she's going to go to a height and just drop them all, because if she carries these, it's going to be quite a hard job for her to fly and ascend with all these, you know, bits of metal and stuff attached to her. So she's going to, you go up and just drop them, you know. You can look at them. You've got to look at the shadow self of what you've done to people as well, what you may have said in the past, blah, 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 and just let go. That's how I see it. Intuitive reading, that's how I see that card. And it is that blue light that I think Fifth World talks about. Sirius is coming in, and that blue, electric blue, which I see as the ethereal realms because it's in the sky blue, which is like the picture over there that I did, that yes, I will be printing out, you know, the blue angel lady, shapeshifter, electrical dream, house song of my and then the next one I got is funny again, because we got this the other day, and it's the blue again, and it's the butterfly again, and it's I surrender to a power greater than me, which is great. And then, oh, what's this one? Don't think we've had this one before. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. I'll say that again. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth, because this is what it's all about, amid the discomfort. There's discomfort that comes with it, but that's how you grow. So do we feel lost? Do we feel like half, you know, that's like half a moon, but we're whole again, the whole of the moon, when, you know, we start to grow. And this one says, they are great cards. Yeah, they're great cards, these ones, aren't they? The happy-go-lucky cards. This one, I choose to learn through love. But that says it all, because that's what we're supposed to be doing. This is what it's all about. I choose to learn through love. If everyone was choosing to learn through love, that situation that happened in the street today wouldn't have happened. We wouldn't be having violence and all this, I'm better than you, this, blah, blah, blah. It wouldn't be happening. But we are bringing it in. The more and more people do it, the more and more other people will want to do it, because they'll be left on the tail ends, if you know what I mean, like a small group, and everyone else will be, you know, bringing it in. But we have to work at it. We have to put the work in. There's no point in saying, oh, I'm in it. No, you have to put the work in. Every day, just little by little, every day. The more times you do something, a change, little by little, the more you'll reprogram your, you know, what they call, and it'll just become natural. It's about the reconnecting when we've cut those old programming wires, and we're going to rewire ourselves to, you know, have a new way, solutions, and cut the old ties. So that was off that deck. I'm going to do the crystal deck because because then again it is that lovely blue colour yet again. And that's the colour of the orbs that I get in. So let's have a butcher's. The Water Boys. The Water Boys, The Whole of the Moon. Oh, thank you, Tapper. Yeah. And there's a song also at the end of this you've got to listen to. It's hilarious. $17. Shame that I can't make that spirits in if it makes the candle flicker a bit madly. They're in anyway, but you can't see them properly on this camera at the minute. A lot of energy's going about today because I know a lot of people are doing meditations and stuff with the whole 11:11 thing. So check out Prime Disclosure. There's loads of channels that are talking about it. I always go to the ones that resonate, and there's a few. Let's pick a card. Oh, there it goes on the floor again. Oh, it's number 6, and it's the Aurora Bora Quartz. Wow, and it's looking a bit, I mean, it's bluish greenish. Aurora Bora Quartz. I see that as Mother Earth's energy, you know, heart. So, and you can clearly see a face in that one. I just think that's sort of saying that she's with us because she's with us all the time with all the other spirit forms. So there's one more, and then I'm going to finish off my mats because I need my meditation mats, and then I'm going to be making some more up for anybody who'd like one. I'm looking. Where's my? Oh, I'm looking for my other deck, but I don't know. So let me have a look down. No. Ooh. Oh. I've lost a deck. Right, I haven't done the secret language of colours, so I'll do the colours. I feel like I've shed another layer, Dave, and you're going to see in a few weeks because, yeah, all the chat that I'm going to do about this journey is shifting yet again. So let's do a colour. The channel I listened to this morning, I so love this guy because his demeanour, his voice is so calming. He's such a lovely guy. I forgot to put it out. He's called Psychic Bob, but that's not the name of his channel. I thought that was the name of his channel. It's not. It's if you're into that sort of thing, which I am, is Spirit Channel. Where is he? Yeah, Spirit Channel.
To do a meditation, and we're going to open the chant, okay? So I want you to get comfortable in your chairs and just take your hands off your keyboard for a few minutes.
Spirit Channel. He'll sometimes on a Sunday, I think he does some live shout outs for messages, but he's so lovely. And that's on YouTube. See, someone was saying before, they get triggered off people's voices sometimes, and now people are like, oh, they talk like this. People need to stop getting triggered. You just resonate with what you resonate with. So I'm going to do colour. Bob's lovely. I think I came across him a few years ago, but I've not really watched him that much because everything's coming back in full circle with the people that I used to watch and stuff. And because he is, you know, a spiritualist and into, I think he's, yeah, Wiccan. I love all that stuff anyway because it is, I don't really call it that anymore, but where is it? I'm looking for it. Where are you? Where is it? There it is. I've always been into that anyway. Like the Solitary Witch. This book is ace. I've had this for years. Been into it a long time. I just don't shout about it anymore, and I probably just don't use that word. But to me, it's just a spirit. This is a spiritual path. People see it as scary because they're told it is when it isn't. Yes, it is more pagan. People get triggered by that. But when people actually look into Christianity and stuff years and years and years back, it was more pagan. So, you know, my church, if you want to say, is nature. So I believe in all that. Don't get triggered if you don't. It's just people should be allowed to do their own thing as long as they're not harming others. You got 2 off, Bob, and I got spoke 2 off Unbiased on the Fence. Well, I've got my Unbiased on the Fence thing coming up this week. I think it's Thursday. I don't know when he'll put it up, but I can't wait for that quantum healing thing. We need more positive practitioners. Yes, we do. I think I'm just going to bring it back. I used to talk about it ages ago. I used to call it something, but people get triggered by the name. It's the labelling. Yeah, Wicca is quite a modern thing. I don't go with Wicca because that came in and redone by Gerald Gardner, but I see it more as a solitary thing, and it's basically just nature based. Some people like being in a coven or whatever, and that's where people get triggered because they say it's a cult and all that. Some people need to be around other people. It just depends what them people are doing though as well, you know what I mean? You can get someone who thinks they're higher than someone else and nobody's higher than anybody. You know, if someone says, oh, I'm a whatever, it's like, no, we all are. But then you can't poo-hoo people who want to be part of a group. Some people feel that. Some people just want to do it on their own. Like I want to do things my way. I have a problem with if someone said, oh, I've put this intention out, you've got to say it this way. I'd be like, nah, I'll make my own up, thanks, because that means more to me. And it's nothing scary. It's the wheel of the year, of the seasons, of nature. So maybe if you're interested, maybe we'll start going through a bit of my book and I can show you. That was a very sought after book ages ago. One meaning me. Exactly. It's just that there's so many religions and beliefs out there, everyone gets triggered. My God, it's the same thing. I'm getting a book on a guru guy, and I just want to read it, but it's the same thing. But I like to see people's different perspective of what they were calling their deities at the time or their gods or anything like that, because you can be collective. If you're stuck in a religion or whatever that you're into and you're very, very stuck in it and you can never be open-minded about nothing, then you're very limited. I like to collect and look at everything and question everything. Why not? Go with the flow. I like all sorts of different things because at the end of the day, they're all still the same thing, but expressed in a different expression, that's all. Yeah, Catholic Church did demonise Wicca, they did. Don't get me wrong, there's people who do it, and because they watch films and stuff, they try to make it all dark and creepy, and they probably do bring negative entities in because that's the intention they're putting out. So if you want to get a bit like, oh, well, there's dark and the light side of it, just like there is in the church, just like there is in every other religion going. It all depends on your intention and what sort of person are you. Are you a good person or a bad person? Sorry to put a label on it, but that's what it's all about. That's the truth. It's your intentions. That's why you get in films a dark witch like Scaramanga, and then you get like, you know, what's his face? Well, I've just got his name in Lord of the Rings. The White Wizard. What's his name? Why has that just gone out of my head? What's his name? Yeah, spiritual. Yeah. What's his name? Gandalf, thank you. Love Gandalf. I couldn't even think of his name. And Gandalf, because he was a white witch. The other one got a bit took to the dark side, didn't he? So it all depends, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Because if you start messing with the energies, you got to remember about karma. You can't do something that'll hurt someone else because it'll come back threefold to yourself. So that's why they say there is a law of the universe, even in that. You're going out to hurt someone, it will come back on you. Even like Jesus said, be good to thy neighbour, don't do what you wouldn't do to yourself. It's pretty simple, but people fear what they've been told because it had been, the day of the witch burnings, what was that? Wise people, not just women, men and women that knew about nature and how it worked and this, that, and how the spirit realm's there and it works. So they killed them, not all of them. They killed them to shut them up because they wanted the church to come in. I'm not saying all churches are bad, but we know there's shit that goes on. Do you know what I'm saying? So just saying. There's good and bad on all sides. That doesn't mean that all churches are bad because they're not. There's people that are trying to put the true out. But there's some that are meddling with stuff and stuff that's about to come out. Apparently in the Mormon society. So just saying, it's everywhere. Not saying that they're all bad, but apparently on the 3D side, there's a lot of shit coming out there with stuff. So just keep your eyeballs on that when that comes out. So anyway, let's pick a colour. Just say, yeah, the mystics, exactly. That's why I love the dark crystal, because the dark crystal has the mystics and the skeptics in it. People fear what they don't understand. And then when the Chinese whispers go about and everyone's fearing it because it's this, that and the other and it's from the devil, blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh, they don't want you looking into it. That's why. But if you go in with it fear, then you're probably not going to get any good energy off it, are you? My brother and sister used to tease me walking to school. They used to... Yeah. Well, mine was, she's always off with the fairies here, isn't she? Oh, she's a bit of a witch here, isn't she? I'm like, well, I've got a cauldron in the garden, you want to burn any bad energies off, that's what you can do. Each to their own. But that chat will come back full circle because there's little things you can do. So, 17 in the house. Let's get a colour today. I just don't like using that word because it puts people off. And then you get people who are like, ugh. But then again, who cares? No, I know, yeah, who cares? But Sue Clark knows I used to talk about it. Not that I ever have cared, because I just talk about everything everywhere. And if people think I'm a loon, they think I'm a loon. But I can bring bits of it back. Oh, see? Now we're talking about nature, green, my church, nature. You want to see what's come out? We are all the witches. The women are all the witches. The witches they never burned. You know what I'm saying? Suppressed the women, didn't they? Oh, yeah. Because we knew. We were left at home back in the day when they were off fighting. We were working with the earth. Green. Green. And it says, green, revitalise your nervous system. Well, blow me down with a tickly stick. No, that don't work, does it? Because haven't I just been saying your nervous system and that you've got to reconnect your cells, cut the reprogramming wires within yourself, sort of, rewire yourself up to your nervous system. That's what I was trying to say, and that is revitalise your nervous system. One of the ways you will revitalise your nervous system and help yourself heal is if you get out in nature and sit and listen to the sounds. Not with your phone. Put your phone in your pocket. Don't even take it with you, be even better. Sit, listen to nature, listen to birdsong, listen to the river, the water, everything. And you'll start healing. Tyler? No, I just thought you were there because I could hear you breathing. I thought, my God, someone's breathing. I can hear someone breathing. I thought, nah, I think it's my eldest. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. And I've been doing the nature walks and talking about trees. And we had the spirit orb in on my last video. If you saw it, it went past really quick and it was green. It's nature orb. So we are long lost family. I was saying that to Memory Bubble last night. I said, star seeds planted everywhere, but we're all reconnecting. Some people out there I don't just mean me, I mean other people, seem to think when they meet people it's a relationship thing or they're connected because it must be a relationship. No, it's a knowing, of, like when we say star fam, of we all knew this before, we've done it before. We're all from that team, maybe. So that's why you connect with different people. I'm just going to flick this page as well because it is... Do you remember this little book, Power Thoughts? My sister was chucking it out. It's like, I'll have that. I'll just flick through it. So let's go through a power thought. Let's see what it says. So I've got number 42 and 43. It says, life brings me only good experiences. I am open to new and wonderful changes. That's the thing you could say every morning because these are intentions. Life brings me only good experiences. I am, that's very important, open to new and wonderful changes. You are. That's that thing again. Open to new wonderful changes. There's nothing to fear. And then the other one is, I am always able to make correct decision. I recognise my own intuitive ability. Not what someone's telling you to do or go or wear or whatever it is. I am always able to make the correct decision. I recognise my own intuitive ability. So this is what I was saying sometimes in the day when you're sticking to the same old routine, something's telling you, you've got to do that because that's the way I do it. There's another little voice there, isn't there, that's going, come on, let's go and, I don't know, go and do something else. Go and do a drawing, even if you can't draw, get out in nature, do something different. So that's how I'm going to leave it. I wasn't going to come on because I should be making my mats, but I just felt like I needed to come and say this for 11:11. I've done a meditation at 11. I'm going to do another one later on tonight. I'm putting stuff out. Yeah, and it's Remembrance Day, and that's why I did one this morning for the soldiers and the people who sacrificed their things for, I would say, man-made wars of things people wouldn't have even known then. Sending the love and light so they can, just in case there are any trapped. Do you know what I'm saying? I've sort of done all that this morning. Not going to say what I did, but I've done my little bit there and I'll be doing it again tonight. So I hope that made sense. I know it will to a lot of you in chat. Power Thoughts book. Oh, thank you, Tappy. Yeah, it's a little Power Thoughts book and it's just little 365 daily affirmations. My sister was chucking it out and thought it's just a little good book to flick through to give you little things. This is the sort of thing I'm going to be doing in the future, is putting all this out. You know, no, I haven't watched Eric Dubé's last video. I'm not really interested in all that sort of stuff. If it's anything to do with what I think it's to do with, if it's to do with manipulation of the manipulation we know about in the world, that's good. But there's some other sort of stuff we've got to start moving away from as well, which I'm going to be bringing in, even that I've realised now. But yeah, but I'm also not interested in people who are interested in people that bring in bad vibes, because there's a group that do, and I'm not interested in that side. So just want to say, so yeah, try and do something today that breaks your little routine up that you wouldn't normally do. Getting a tickle. Yeah, freestyle it. You know, and like I said, the message is to let go. Because like I said before, with what I saw in the street today, there's a lot of people do it on YouTube. They try and bring people down. They try and do silly little, you know, a lot of people have done videos on people and they're not actually meeting these people or realising. They're just assuming because it's their perception of what they think or what they've been told off somebody else. And, you know, they're not actually meeting these people in real life or doing the work that, you know, doing the work at looking at certain stuff. Instead, they'll just go around calling people, you know, off with the fairies, this, that and the other. And, you know, and then they go and like, you get people who come to channels and go to other channels telling people. It's just like those girls in the street today. It's ridiculous. And hopefully they'll see in the end, because it is that dark to light and it is happening. And yeah, so I shall see you later on tonight, because there's a whole thing with a certain movement that people seem to think I'm in, but I'm not. It's like I'm a part of it, but I'm not fully in it, because I'm not staying attached there, because it's all about flowing. And I'm going into the next stage now, because there's more beyond that than people think it is, and I'll be talking about that tonight. Refuel with eye contact. It does make a difference, eye contact, because people don't have eye contact these days. Yeah. And that's why, hence, me and Roxanne ages ago did that meet up on the really woke show of just being being awake to certain things, because people could come and meet us and see that we are what we're like when we're actually sat behind a camera, where some people are not. A lot of people come from ego and they just want to cause arguments, and like the girls in the street did today, it's all ego based. And it's not really doing anything apart from getting people going around in circles and arguing and bringing the lower energy in. That's all it is. Some people know this, some people don't even know they're doing it. And some people get involved in it because they like the whole drama of it. It's like, aye. And then they wonder why they're feeling crappy and ill. So, hope to see you all tonight in Dolly's chat. Yeah, so I shall catch you later. Bye.